Hi, Liz. Very nice to meet you virtually, and a pleasure to read a little bit of your writing from this week's writing prompts. Thank you so much for spending the time with them, and for attempting both of them. Really appreciate it, and excited to work with you in the next 8 weeks. Um, First of all, your I am from poem, you did a lovely job fulfilling the prompt. I really liked in particular the line where you said, from high school football to high school sweethearts. I liked the repetition of high school and the juxtaposition of the different things that come from high school. Um, I think the details that you chose to include in this poem really give you a chance to as a reader to have a sense of some sort of different generations of family that lead up to this poet's life. I like that you included some geography. You say, is there anything I should elaborate on more? Is there any advice you'd like to offer? So I do want to say, is there any advice you'd like to offer is kind of a cop-out question. So what we're looking for with these questions with our writing prompts is really to be as specific as possible so that your writing group in particular knows where to focus, knows what you're wrestling with, and knows how to give you feedback on something that could really be useful for you. So something more specific than any advice you have to offer would be helpful in the future. But is there anything more that you should elaborate on? I think you did a lovely job of moving forward with this Mary Pfeiffer poem. I will say the last line, the past is fleeting, the future is too, but tomorrow I may add something new. There's something about that rhyme in the last line that doesn't quite work for me. I think it's because the rest of the poem does not rhyme, and so it feels unnecessary. So just offering that feedback, something to think about and look at. Let me go to your other submission. So while I'm doing this and this is loading, I will say, just for the future submissions, if you wouldn't mind submitting everything in one document, just makes it a little bit easier for me to give you this video feedback instead of flipping back and forth. So if you wouldn't mind putting in one document, that'd be super helpful. Amaze. So I had never thought about writing like Amaze, and I don't think I've had a student write about writing being compared to Amaze, and I think it's a brilliant symbol, a brilliant metaphor. And so nice work on finding something new that I haven't heard before. It was really exciting to find your symbol. I think it is descriptive enough. In terms of it, what could I add to make it more descriptive? It rather than this being a poem, this feels like notes towards a poem. It's like this would be the first thing that you would write while you were brainstorming, right? Getting all those details down. Writing is like a maze inside of myself, and then what does that feel like? Twists and turns, dead ends, you have to start again, backtracking, second guessing, all of those lovely details that you put here. But now that you have the content, I would suggest going back into this and playing around with the form. So playing around with line breaks and playing around with different stanzas and breaking it up on a page and how that might dictate the experience of the reader and might make them pause at different points and might make them read more quickly at other points. So that would be my suggestion on how to move forward with this one. But thank you so much, Liz. It's such a pleasure to read your work. I'm really looking forward to working with you these next 8 weeks. If you have any questions, please feel free to be in touch. And if not, I will be in touch next week.